Welcome back to Inside Greeley. We're here inside the Greeley History Museum, inside one of the new exhibits opening up for you. And there's always something new going on here at the Greeley History Museums. And with us today to talk a little bit about what's new is Kim Overholtz, marketing technician with the City of Greeley Museums. How you doing today, Kim?
Good. How are you, Brian?
I'm doing fantastic. Well, we're here inside one of the exhibits that's going to be built and open up in March. But what's new with Greeley Museums? What kind of exhibits and events do you guys have going on?
Well, we've got a lot of exciting stuff going on at this downtown Greeley History Museum. We're trying to switch out our exhibits every 3 to 4 months, which is different from previous years where maybe we'd have an exhibit every 1 to 2, sometimes even every 3 years. So we're trying to give people a reason to come back several times throughout the year. In February, like the second week of February, we opened up our new Curator's Corner, which is in our lower level, and it focuses on common treasures, which were picked out by our registrar, Joanna Stull, who's been with the museums for over 30 years. And so she's got an interesting perspective on what are some of the neat token items from our collection, and she's brought those out, and again, those are in the lower level of the museum. The third week of February, we opened our other new exhibit, Well Dressed in Weld, and that's going to feature fashion from over the last century. And the really neat thing about that exhibit, aside from the fact that you're going to see fashion from the original Union Colony members from over 100 years ago, is that we'll be changing that exhibit out thematically every 3 to 4 months. So in the summertime, we might be focusing on recreational wear. So your swimsuits and your jogging shorts and your 70s throwback wrist warmers, that sort of thing. It's really fun and exciting. But we're going to start with high fashion, so it's going to be the fancy stuff that's coming out. Your top hats and tails and your the women's clothing with the multiple layers, so they'd wear corsets, and then they'd have a layer over that, and a layer over that, and a layer over that, and then they'd add their accessories. So very cool to see and for the kids to learn about how fashion has changed. And so that opened February 24th.
Mm-hmm. So basically you're saying that the clothing I'm not going to wear ever, but...
No, some of it's back in fashion. It's very cool. I look at it and I go, oh, I love that necklace. So I've gotten to see a sneak peek of the things that are going in there, and I'm incredibly excited for them to be displayed for the public to enjoy.
Nice.
And then our third exhibit is going to be the one that we're standing in the room of. It's Temperance on Tap, and it's going to be focusing on Greeley's relationship with liquor over the last, since its founding, really, since 1870. So it's called Temperance on Tap, and it opens March 12th. And really, we're going to be examining what did temperance mean, how did it fit in with prohibition, what did it mean for Greeley after prohibition was repealed, and our modern day brew scene. Because we've got a lot of craft breweries that are popping up, so we definitely want to tap into that theme and talk about that.
Yeah, I see what you did there. I like that. Nice stuff. People come downtown, they can visit one of the breweries and learn about the history of them.
Yeah, and of course, we're asking people to enjoy this exhibit, Temperance on Tap, responsibly, kind of like the beer companies say drink responsibly. We're going to say enjoy responsibly. Some kids may not be mature enough for this theme. And so parents, we're asking just, be cognizant of that. Think about whether or not your child's maturity fits in well enough to come and experience this type of a thematic exhibit. But then that leads you to, well, what is there for kids to do? And what's going to replace Build? So, Brian, as you know, Build closed at the end of December. And what's going to replace that for kids to have fun? Well, in September of this year, we're going to have Peanuts Naturally. It's a traveling exhibit from the Charles Schulz Museum. And it's going to be focusing on the comic strip Peanuts. So it's going to feature Charlie Brown and the gang, Woodstock, all your favorite characters. And that's going to be in September. So we're really excited about that.
There's a whole slew of events coming for pretty much all ages on there. And people going to enjoy these museum costs to join, or costs to get in the museum. How much is that, and what are the hours it's normally open?
Sure, we're open Monday through Monday, holy cow, sorry, Wednesday through Sunday. We're open Wednesday through Sunday, and we're encouraging people, purchase a membership. We've got all these things going on. For $45, I can get my family in multiple times to the museum, experience all these great exhibits with my children, and my spouse, and go back to enjoy Centennial Village, the Meeker Home. So we're definitely pushing the memberships. They start at $45. You can learn more at GreeleyMuseums.com, or memberships can be purchased directly at GreeleyRec.com. The only exception to the membership is it's not valid during Potato Day or the Stampede. Other than that, come enjoy the museums.
All right, so those memberships, they get you to what all museums do those include as well?
They include all of the city museums. So they include your Greeley History Museum, your Centennial Village Museum, which is over by Island Grove Regional Park, and your Meeker Home Museum, which is near downtown.
Well, that makes sense to me. And personally, get those memberships. You can come by anytime. You can come in for half an hour, not feel like you've wasted your time or your money. Like, I'll just come back for a couple hours. But again, Greeley Museums for all that information. Thank you so much for joining us. Anything else you'd like to add about these new exhibits here?
We're really excited just to have people coming in and reach different audiences and give people a reason to come back.
Well, it looks pretty exciting. There you have it, Greeley History Museum's Curator's Corner and Well Dressed in Weld open up now. March 12th, you got Temperance on tap, and coming this fall, the Peanuts Naturally. Is that the name?
Peanuts Naturally.
Peanuts Naturally open up in September. Get all those details at greeleymuseums.com.